All right, so we're continuing our Unit 8 notes, and this is Part 2 of Unit 8 notes, and this is going to be Video 3, and we're going to learn how we see. So as you greet each day, light enters the eye through your cornea, and the cornea is the clear outer covering. Whenever you touch your eye, like if you get an eyelash or a piece of dirt in your eye and you put your finger in your eye to touch it, that's actually your cornea that you're touching. And then your pupil, that's the dark hole in the middle of your eye. The pupil is controlled by the iris. And the iris is the colored part of your eye. And my memory trick for remembering that the iris is the colored part of your eye is everybody's iris is different and unique, just like your fingerprint is different and unique to you. So the iris of your eye can be brown, it can be blue, it can be green, it can be hazel, and it comes in a variety of colors, just like iris flowers come in a variety of colors. You can see the different iris flowers here. So take a look at these iris flowers that we have. See how they come in purple. They can be red. They can be yellow. These are flowers that bloom in the spring, typically around Easter. So just like your irises of your eyes can be different colors, it's just like an iris flower. It comes in different colors. Okay, so if you are in a dark room and turn on bright lights, your pupils constrict to reduce the amount of light. The opposite happens if you walk from bright sunshine into a darkened room. Your pupils dilate to allow more light in so you can see better in your new surroundings. And you've, had that if you came in from bright sunshine to a dark room. It's hard to see. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust and vice versa. After the light passes through your pupils and convex lens, you have a convex lens in your eye. We learned about that in the previous video, how that lens bulges on either side. It focuses on the retina, and that's the screen that is located at the back of your eye. The retina contains cones that allow you to see color, and rods that allow you to see black and white. And here's the surprising part. The image is flipped upside down, just like you saw upside down images with the convex lens the other day. So as light reaches the back of your eye, it travels along nerves in your retina. Remember, that's the screen that come together as a bundle. These images then travel all the way to the brain via your optic nerve. Optic is to see, whereas auditory, remember, with the ear was to hear. As your brain processes this information, it flips the images again so we don't see the world upside down. So very carefully, using all your highlighters, highlight your picture of the eye with the iris being blue, the pupil being orange, the cornea, the clear outer covering, being yellow, the lens here being green, the screen of the eye, the retina, being pink, and the optic nerve being purple. Then right here, I'm going to see if you're listening when we walk around and check. Behind the optic nerve, I want you to draw an arrow and have that it is going to the brain. I'm going to see who's listening right now and who does that. Behind the optic nerve, draw an arrow and have that it is going to the brain. Okay, so with this picture, this is the stop sign. And then this is the convex lens of the eye. We have the focal point, and we have the stop sign that's right side up, but over here you'll see that the image is upside down. It is inverted. That's a fancy way of saying upside down. So we want to add, I want you to write everything that's been written up here. So when the lens of the eye is not shaped right, it will cause the focal point to be in the wrong place, and thus cause this, that's your stop sign image right there, cause this image on the retina to be blurry. So that's what causes vision problems, or one of the things that can cause vision problems is if your lens is misshapen, if it's too flat or it's too round, that causes your focal point to be off, and that's what causes things to look blurry to you, and that's what gives you the need for corrective lenses, either a convex lens to fix it if your lens is too flat, or a concave lens to fix it if your lens is too round, depending on if you are nearsighted or farsighted. And then an astigmatism is something totally different that we'll talk about another day. So make sure that you have all of this highlighted and everything written, and we're going to move on to our cow eye dissection.